Hey everybody, this is Marley Kay. I have something that is really interesting I want to share with you. I know you have been hearing about the push to have us move from fossil fuels to battery powered electric vehicles, EVs, that's what they call them. And I just noticed I've been looking at a lot of the international news, and there is this predictive programming going on with us being told that there are these new discoveries of lithium deposits being found all over the world suddenly over the last, say, 30 days. So I'm going to share a couple of stories and headlines with you so that you can see where I'm going. And they're not really talking about it in the United States, but I'm sure you are aware, or hopefully you are aware, that I think in 2026, cars are going to have to be made with kill switches. There's going to be a huge push to create these electric vehicles. And all across the country, these automotive companies are creating these electric car companies where they're going to be building electric cars and developing um, lithium batteries. And they're going to try to do it here. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about us having any huge lithium deposits, but all over the world, you'll see the Europeans are trying to go to the black and brown countries to hoard up or uh, befriend these countries who have these large lithium deposits. So let me share some stuff with you so you can see what's going on, and also so you can prepare. If you live in a city, they're going to require you or try to require you to get rid of your fossil fuels. And I'm going to share with you why. So, here in the Herald in agriculture news, it says lithium is the new oil. Governments must control its exploitation. And this is an opinion from this particular writer. As the world moves from fossil fuel cars to electric cars, now this is somewhere, and I'm not sure, I think it's in Africa and maybe Nigeria, but I just want you to see that there is an order that is taking place, a shift. And whether we know it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, whether we can afford it, these people are going along with their plans. And they are moving away from gas to electric. The federal government has been strongly advised to formulate deliberate policies to control the exploration, mining, production, and exportation of lithium in Nigeria. Chairman of the board of the Solid Minerals Development Fund, Uba Saidu Malami, who made this call during a press briefing in Abuja yesterday, said lithium will soon replace oil as a strategic economic resource across the world, and formulating such policy would enable Nigeria to be in full control of the entire lithium value chain in order to make maximum benefit from the scramble for Nigerian lithium that is already in the offing. Malami, a co-founder of the Geological Society of Nigeria, said lithium is the new oil that could significantly control global wealth and economy of nations in the coming decades, adding that the new economic order will be largely dictated by the ability of nations to take advantage of emerging opportunities afforded by lithium resources. Discussing the strategic importance of lithium in modern technology and global economy, Malami said diesel and gasoline were the energy source of cars for decades. Now, cars have migrated from hydrocarbon to battery charged cars, otherwise known as electric cars. Now, I don't know anybody except for doctors or people who have money who own electric cars. I don't know any poor people that have electric cars, and poor people are not going to be able to afford electric cars. So, this imaginary shift is BS. But you see how they put these things out in the atmosphere, and they're like, "This is happening." Where? I don't know anybody that has an electric car. Nobody. Not one person. Nobody. Nobody in my family, none of my friends, none of my casual acquaintances, no old loves, nobody. We all driving gas cars. So what in the hell are they talking about? It's some BS. But that's my point. So the energy required by cars are the batteries, while lithium is the key component of batteries. So there's this consistent push for you to, you know, and believe in this illusion that we are all seeing people drive around with electric cars. I don't know that many people. I just don't know hardly anybody that has an electric car. And this whole agenda is just insane. But anywho, you see how these people are pushing this stuff. He revealed that the price of lithium has risen from $500 to $5,000 within 3 years, adding that lithium is too strategic to be left open for exploration without control, especially as it is in global demand. It is in global demand because it's a part of the New World Order agenda. Their goal is to get us off of fossil fuels. So they want us to come from electrical grids or all I know is this going to be another lithium battery in it. They don't last that long. So some of these cars and the repairs are so so it's just going to be really interesting seeing how they push this over on people. But I know those tree hugging climate activists, I don't know. I don't even really want to talk about them. Just nothing they do makes sense. Nothing these people do makes sense. But as you can see, people are trying to position themselves to be a part of this new world order and to capitalize off of consumerism, consumers buying lithium batteries. I don't know where we're going to have the money because if Chat GPT is taking all the jobs and we're getting ready to go into catastrophic failure, like I don't really understand where we're going to get money to buy electric cars from. If we're getting ready to go into World War III and they're predicting Russia's going to go through Europe and tear up America. Like all the countries that consume stuff won't be consuming anything because most of the population will be deceased. So, what are we talking about here? I don't know. Anywho, I'm going to go on to the next story. So, the next story here is, and the rest of these stories will be about how all of a sudden these deposits of lithium are being found. So here in Zee Business, it says lithium reserves found in Jammu and Kashmir in Reasi district, ion battery deposits, India. So this is from India. The center has informed that 5 million tonnes of lithium reserves have been found for the first time in the country. The reserves were discovered during exploration by the Geological Survey of India. Notice now this is the second time you've seen this geological survey. All of a sudden everybody's surveying and looking for natural resources and finding lithium. Interesting, ain't it? Uh, in the Reasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. Lithium is a non-ferrous metal and is one of the key components in EV batteries, in that's electrical vehicle batteries. Geological Survey of India for the first time established lithium inferred resources. Oh, sorry, I don't know if it's infrared resources, G3, of 5.9 million tonnes in the Salal Haimana area of the Reasi district of Jammu and Kashmir, the Ministry of Mines said in a tweet on Thursday. And so here is a picture of, I guess, them proving they have lithium reserves. And you see that G20 up there in the corner? Keep that in mind. It further said that the mineral blocks, including lithium and gold, were handed over to respective state governments. Out of these 51 mineral blocks, 5 blocks pertain to gold and other blocks pertain to commodities like potash, molybdenum, base metals, etc. across 11 states of Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, and other names that I don't want to say because I'm sure I'm going to butcher them up. The blocks were prepared based on the work carried out by the GSI from field seasons 2018 through 2019 to till date. The discovery of the lithium reserves assumes significance as the government is taking steps to obtain minerals, particularly lithium, from other countries. So that's just one story. Let me go to the next story. Lithium, Europe joins the white gold rush. This story came out on the 2nd. This other story came out a couple of hours ago. It says 13 hours ago. So this story is in France 24, and it came out on the 2nd of February. It says lithium has become a vital component for batteries that power electric cars, but with neither mines nor refineries on its soil, can Europe break its dependence on foreign imports? The Down to the Earth team takes a closer look. A strategic resource. The days of petrol and diesel cars are numbered. Again, this is the second story you hear that they're getting ready to get rid of gas cars eventually. So I want you to keep that in mind as you see this. This is what we call predictive programming. They're getting you accustomed to it. You're hearing it, but you're really not processing it. These people have an agenda, so you really need to get it in your spirits. Like something drastic is going to happen, or there's going to be some penalty, or they're going to come take your cars, or there won't be any gas available, or gas will be so expensive that you won't want to drive a gas powered car. In the EU, their sale will be banned as of 2035, which is not far away from here. That means electric cars will become the norm. They run on lithium batteries, each containing about 10 kilos of the metal. To keep up with the rising demand, global production will need to increase 40-fold in 20 years. Currently, 4 countries have near monopoly on the lithium extraction: Australia, Chile, China, and Argentina. But Europe wants its share of the booming market. Of course, the Saxons want their share. The continent is sitting on lithium deposits, but these have never been properly exploited until now. France's first lithium mine. France has joined the white gold rush. The country's first lithium mine is set to open in the Allier department in 2028. Large deposits of precious metal were discovered by French mining giants Imerys in its existing clay mine. The company now hopes to produce 34 tonnes of lithium, enough to power 700,000 electrical vehicles. We've designed a mine we've designed a mine fully underground, says Alan Partey, Vice President of Lithium Projects at Imaries. Why would we do that? To limit the mine's impact on the natural environment above, to limit the noise, dust clouds, and any consequences on biodiversity. In Serbia, a similar project fell through because of local opposition. Acceptability could turn out to be a major challenge for the industry. Many people see mines as remnants of the industrial past and a scar on the landscape. So if you have to mine this stuff out, what's the difference between mining this and coal, mining this and gold, mining this and other resources that, you know, people always tend to complain about? So it's like you exchange one poison and one type of mining for another, and then you try to pass it off to the people as if the people are foolish and don't know any better. Locals near France's future lithium mine have also raised their concerns. Xavier Thabirant belongs to a local association advocating for the protection of the forest bordering the mining project. He explains why he and a group of other residents are campaigning against the mine project. We'll have this mine for 20, 25 years, maybe 30 years, who knows, to mine lithium we'll use to make some batteries. Then in 50 years, we'll run out of lithium and there'll be nothing left here but destruction. As the group sees it, the shift to green technology shouldn't come at all costs. And that's how I feel. So people are really calling this stuff out. But anyway, I'm going to include all these stories in the description, but I just want to go through and show you how there is this constant drumroll for us to get EV cars, and there's this surprise, everybody's finding lithium at the same time, which is BS. This is from Business in Cameroon. It says British Oriole Resources confirms lithium discovery in Cameroon. This article is from February 7th, 2023. British mining company Oriole Resources confirmed this week the discovery of lithium pegmatites, in the Adamawa and Littoral regions of Cameroon. Multiple lithium-bearing pegmatite units were identified that underpin the source of the GKM lithium in soil anomalies reported in Q4 2022. And I'm going to skip all this. It says, while lithium was not an original target for Oriole, the anomalies highlighted by the earlier program seems to be associated with the correct granitic host unit and this has created a great opportunity for additional value added in the extensive package of ground, Tim Livesey said. Difficulty to fetch financing and carry out project operation. Lithium is touted as a strategic mineral for the global energy transition. So again, here it's telling you that there's an agenda and you better get with it. It is one of the key elements contained in the batteries of smartphones and electric vehicles. They're going to use this stuff to sell you on the smartphones. They need the smartphones to keep up with us in these smart cities. But beyond the energy sector, lithium has many other uses. As an alkali, this element has many industrial applications. It is used, for example, to polish porcelain. In alkaline batteries, it is used as an additive to extend the life of the battery. It is found in some forms of welding, such as brass welding. Another main use is in the health sector, where lithium is long used in the treatment of bipolar disorders, according to futurasciences.com. So anyway, I'm not going to, read this. I just wanted you to see that there is another story about lithium that just came out. Here is one from South Africa. It's dated today, February 10th, 2023. It's in IOL. And it says discovery of key minerals set to boost investment in South African mining. The Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy of South Africa, Gwede Montashe, and Director General Mbele at the mining Indaba taking place at the Cape Town International Convention Center on of the number of topics, I guess it's supposed to be one of the number of topics, was the power energy crisis at Eskom and mining in this country. South Africa is renewing its frontier status as a mining exploration destination, with the production of many minerals expected to surge as the world shifts to renewable energy and decarbonization. Notice how all these articles are talking about the same thing around the same time, and it's not by accident. So I just want you to see. And the last story that I have is, oh, maybe this is the last story. Yeah, so this was the last story. So I just wanted to share with you that there's something going on, and they're starting this drum roll with this lithium discovery. So pay attention to all the lithium discoveries that you see in the news, where they are. You can start seeing them all over the world. And then, around the country and around the world, there are going to be these new plants so that they can build cars, so that they can get rid of the old cars and you have to buy a new car. And here's this whole push for you to invest and buy something else. And I don't know why, because we're going to be living in smart cities. We're not going to be able to drive. We're not going to be able to go anyplace. And you can't drive far with the lithium battery. So it's all a racket. And, I want to share this story because I want you to really think about batteries and cars and how these things operate, how we travel, and just the messaging. Like, this whole agenda is planned, and I don't know if we're going to be able to stop it because there are too many people who don't think critically. But I want my followers to really understand what's going on and to know that the agenda is set, the movie is playing, we are pawns on a chessboard in a game. We will not be able to win if we don't think critically. So, with that said, please leave me your feedback below if you know of any lithium mines in America. I haven't heard or seen any. Most of them are out of the country. But if you see anything in the news about lithium here in America, let me know. I know there are a lot of electric car companies coming online in the next couple of years, and they're going to be also making the batteries for the cars. But this mining of this lithium is interesting to me. And everybody's trying to hurry up and replace fossil fuel. And I'm sure it's because the European dollar is about to fall and they got to switch up the game and come up with the new Ponzi scheme. So, we'll see what happens with it, but I just want to call it out. So, we can try to position ourselves so that if we're here, we do not have to deal with this nonsense. So that's why I moved back to the country so that, everything that I need is within walking distance. I'm trying to not participate in this agenda as much as possible. And I would recommend you do too, because when we comply, we give consent to them doing whatever they want to do to us. I'm not buying an electric car. I can tell you that. The good Lord will have to take me home before I buy an electric car. That's all I got to say about it. But anywho, leave me your feedback in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Please think critically. Watch your news sources. Notice all of these sources are from outside of the United States. And I look at news from all over the world. I use different search engines. I recommend you do the same because you have to watch to figure out what's going on so that you can stay 2 steps ahead and understand what is happening. So this is a prelude to something big coming. And we have to be ready for it because we don't have any power. We're just pawns in the game. All right, y'all, I'm out. Take it easy. Be safe.